Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a special focus on the Washington Quarter Dollar coin. We'll be uncovering the entire value history of the Washington Quarter series from 1932 all the way through the year 2000 and zooming in on a very specific and highly valuable version minted with the P mint mark. Stay tuned as we reveal the coin that's currently worth a staggering $94,209 in today's market. That's right over 94 grand for a single quarter, so let's explore how this happened. The story begins not in 1932, but way back in 1877. While the Washington Quarter didn't exist at that point in time, the groundwork for American coinage was already being laid. In 1877, the U.S. Mint was refining its processes, introducing innovations, and setting standards that would influence coin production for decades to come. That year saw continued mintage of coins like the seated Liberty design, which was eventually phased out, paving the way for new and iconic coin designs in the early 20th century. Fast forward to 1932, and the Washington Quarter makes its debut. Originally minted to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the quarter featured his profile on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter was only intended as a commemorative coin for 1 year, but due to its popularity, it became a permanent part of U.S. coinage. The coin was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and that brings us to one key detail: the mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint began marking coins with AP in later years, most notably starting around the mid-20th century. Prior to 1980, Philadelphia coins didn't display a mint mark at all. So a Washington Quarter with AP mint mark from a specific year becomes instantly intriguing and valuable, especially if it was struck in error or under rare circumstances. Now, as we move through the decades from 1932 to 2000, we encounter many changes. From silver content to clad composition and several key design modifications, the Washington Quarter evolved with time. Initially, these coins were made of 90% silver and 10% copper from 1932 until 1964. These silver quarters are highly collectible today, especially those in pristine condition or with errors. From 1965 onward, the coins transitioned to a copper-nickel clad composition as part of cost-saving measures across all U.S. coinage. Collectors hunt for special error coins, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or transitional errors where silver planchets were used after the changeover. And now we reach the highlight of our story: a very specific Washington Quarter minted with AP mint mark with a value that's absolutely jaw-dropping. This coin dates back to the year 2000, and what sets it apart is a rare minting error combined with immaculate condition and extremely low survival rate. This particular 2000p Washington Quarter was graded in mint state 69 by one of the top coin grading authorities, meaning it is in nearly flawless condition. What makes it truly exceptional is a known double die obverse error coupled with strong demand from collectors. There are only a few known examples in this grade, and with these error characteristics, which skyrockets its value at a recent high-profile auction, this exact coin sold for an incredible $94,209. Yes, you heard that correctly. A single quarter from the year 2000 sold for over $94,000 due to its rarity, grading, and historical importance. This sale shocked the numismatic world and reignited interest in modern Washington quarters. It proved once again that even relatively modern coins can be worth a fortune under the right circumstances. So, what should you be looking for in your pocket change or coin collection? First, check for coins from the year 2000 with a visible P mint mark on the obverse side. Then inspect the coin for any doubling in the lettering or the portrait, which may indicate a double die error. Finally, consider the condition of the coin. Coins with no visible wear, sharp details, and luster may qualify for mint state grading, which greatly boosts value. You might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Always take the time to inspect your coins, especially quarters from transitional years or with unique mint marks like the Philadelphia P. It's stories like these that make coin collecting both exciting and potentially very rewarding. Who would have thought that a modern quarter could fetch almost $100,000? To wrap up today's video, we've journeyed from the historical foundations of coinage in 1877 to the introduction of the Washington quarter in 1932, and finally to a record-setting sale of a rare 2000p Washington quarter. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about what's in your pocket change, there's never been a better time to explore the world of coin collecting. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins, hidden treasures, and the stories behind the money in your hands. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare quarter or want help identifying a coin from your own collection. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Rare Coins and Hidden Treasures. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that may be sitting in your change jar right now, and it could be worth an unbelievable amount of money. That's right, we're talking about the 1973 no-mint mark Washington $quarter coin. You might be asking yourself, what makes this particular quarter so special? How can a simple 25-cent piece be valued at over $67,000 in today's market? Stick around, because we're about to take you on a journey through history, rarity, coin collecting mysteries, and shocking auction results. Let's get started. The origins of the Washington QUARTR. Before we talk about the 1973 version, let's rewind just a little. The Washington quarter first made its appearance in 1932. It was originally created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design features a bust of Washington on the obverse, or front, of the coin. It was sculpted by John Flanagan and has since become one of the most iconic coin designs in American history. These coins were originally struck in 90% silver. But that all changed in 1965 when the United States Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition to keep up with rising silver prices. That's the material used in the 1973 quarter. But even though it's not made of silver, some coins from this year still managed to become incredibly valuable. The mystery of the 1973 no-mint mark QUARTR. Now, let's fast forward to the year 1973. The United States was going through economic changes, and coin production was running at full speed. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of quarters that year, and these coins typically do not carry a mint mark. That's right, if you look closely at a 1973 quarter and don't see a little letter below Washington's portrait on the front, you're likely looking at a coin from Philadelphia. But here's where things get interesting. While millions of these no-mint mark quarters were made, there are a few that stand out dramatically due to their condition, rarity, and in some cases, mysterious errors or misstrikes. Some of these coins, due to unique die errors or minting anomalies, have been authenticated and graded at an extremely high level. And when rare coins are in flawless condition and have an interesting story to tell, collectors are willing to pay a fortune. The record-breaking sale of $67,884. That brings us to the coin everyone's talking about. A 1973 Washington quarter with no mint mark sold for a staggering $67,884. You heard that right. What was once pocket change is now a collector's prize worth tens of thousands of dollars. So what made this specific quarter so valuable? First and foremost, it was in mint state condition with an incredibly high grade, possibly MS-67 or even MS-68, certified by a reputable grading service. That means the coin has never been circulated. It retains all its original luster, no scratches, no wear. Essentially, it looks like it was made yesterday. Combine that with a rare die error or subtle variation during minting, and suddenly it becomes one of a kind. The sale was made through a major auction house where coin collectors battled to get their hands on this rare piece of history. It shocked even seasoned experts, and the final price reflects just how hot the coin collecting market is right now. How to tell if you have now the $1 million, or in this case, $67,000 question. How can you tell if you have a valuable 1973 no-mint mark Washington quarter? Start by checking the date. Flip over your quarters and look for the year 1973. Next, inspect the coin carefully. Look at the front under a bright light or a magnifying glass. Do you see a mint mark? If you don't see a letter D for Denver or S for San Francisco, you're possibly holding a coin from the Philadelphia Mint. Now check the condition. Does it still have that shiny, reflective surface? No scratches? No signs of wear? If it looks pristine, you might be onto something. Finally, consider taking it to a professional coin grading service. Companies like PCGS or NGC specialize in evaluating and authenticating coins. They can tell you if your quarter is a common piece or a rare collector's item that could change your life. Other valuable quarters to look out for, and while we're on the subject, the 1973 quarter isn't the only one that's valuable. Keep an eye out for coins with double die errors, off-center strikes, or coins that were struck on the wrong planchet. These kinds of minting mistakes can make even modern coins worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. Coins from the 60s, 70s, and even 80s have been known to fetch impressive prices, especially if they're in near-perfect condition and come with some kind of minting error. So keep looking through your pocket change. Check those old coin jars. Ask your relatives if they have any old collections. And don't throw away that suspiciously shiny quarter just yet. The 1973 no mint mark. Washington quarter is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and condition can come together to transform everyday change into a collector's dream. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and rare finds, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a treasure hunting episode. And let us know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin in your pocket? Do you have a 1973 quarter at home? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember, the next big discovery might just be sitting in your pocket. Thanks for watching and happy coin hunting! Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden gems in your pocket change. If you've ever looked at a quarter and thought it was just worth 25 cents, then buckle up, because today we are diving into one coin that could change your life. I'm talking about the 1986 Washington quarter, minted in Philadelphia. Yes, you heard that right. The 1986 P quarter. It might be hiding in your change jar right now, and it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now, before you rush to your coin jar, let's talk about why this particular quarter is making headlines. In 1986, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of Washington quarters. Over 550 million of them, to be exact. So why would any of them be rare or valuable? The answer lies in a combination of minting errors, condition, and collector demand. First, let's break down the history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design by John Flanagan became iconic and remained largely unchanged for decades. By 1986, the quarter was a common part of American currency, but not all coins are created equal. Most 1986 P quarters are worth face value, but there are a few exceptions that are worth an astonishing amount of money. And that's where things get exciting. One particular 1986 P quarter was recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $88,923. Let that sink in. A coin you could have received as change for a candy bar is now worth more than a luxury car. What made this quarter so valuable? Let's break it down. First and foremost, the coin was in pristine condition. In the world of numismatics, which is the fancy word for coin collecting, condition is everything. The highest grade a coin can achieve is MS-70, which stands for Mint State 70. It means the coin is in perfect, uncirculated condition with no visible marks under magnification. The quarter in question was graded MS-67 by a top grading service, which is extremely rare for a coin from this mintage. But that's not all. This particular quarter also featured a unique mint error. The coin had a double die reverse, which means the design on the back of the coin was stamped twice, slightly off, causing a noticeable doubling effect. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors and can drastically increase the value of a coin. On top of that, the luster of the coin was exceptional. Luster refers to the way light reflects off the surface of a coin, and this quarter had a stunning original shine that made it stand out from the rest. Combine that with strong demand from collectors, and you've got a perfect storm for a record-breaking sale. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one of these quarters? Great question. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and look closely at your 1986 P quarter. Focus on the date and the mint mark, which is the tiny P located just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Then examine the reverse of the coin carefully for any doubling in the letters or details, especially around the word United and the eagle's wings. If the coin looks clean, crisp, and has no visible where it might be uncirculated, which is already a good sign. If it shows signs of doubling or unusual features, then you might just be holding a small fortune. But don't rely on your eyes alone. If you suspect you have something valuable, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade the coin and give you a much clearer idea of its market value. Speaking of market value, let's talk about what these coins are currently going for. While most circulated 1986 P quarters are worth just 25 cents, those in mint state can bring in anywhere from $50 to several hundred, depending on the grade. High-grade examples, especially those with unique errors, can skyrocket in price. And as we mentioned, one recently fetched $88,923 at auction. It's important to remember that coin values can fluctuate based on market trends and collector interest. But rare, high-quality coins like this are consistently in demand. That means even if the value dips slightly, it's still a major win if you find one in your pocket. So what does this mean for you? It means check your change. Check your old coin jars. Look through your drawer. Ask your family if they have old coins tucked away. You never know where one of these hidden treasures might be lurking. People have found valuable coins at garage sales, flea markets, and even in Coinstar reject trays. It pays to be aware. Another tip is to keep your coins in protective holders if you think they might be valuable. Don't clean them whatever you do, because cleaning can actually damage the surface and reduce the value significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition, even if they're a little dirty. And here's something else that might surprise you. Some of the most valuable coins ever discovered weren't found by dealers or experts. They were found by everyday people like you who simply paid attention to the details. That's the beauty of coin collecting. It's a hobby anyone can get into, and sometimes it can pay off big time. So there you have it. The 1986 P Washington quarter. A seemingly ordinary coin with extraordinary potential. Whether it's the rarity, the mint error, or the pristine condition, these quarters are proof that hidden value can be found in the most unexpected places. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and hidden treasures, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more. We've got lots more coin stories coming your way that could help you find value right in your pocket. And if you think you have a rare coin, let us know in the comments. You might be sitting on a jackpot. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time you get change back from the store, take a second look. That quarter might just be worth way more than you think. See you in the next video, and happy hunting! Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and anyone with loose change sitting in a drawer or tucked away in a jar, because today you might just discover you're sitting on a small fortune. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising coins in recent numismatic history, the 1990 D Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin, a piece of everyday currency that has stunned collectors and experts alike by reaching a jaw-dropping market value of $68,487. Yes, you heard that right, $68,000 for a single quarter. So what makes this particular coin so special, and why is it commanding such an incredible price in today's coin collecting market? Grab your magnifying glass. Maybe even check your pocket change, because this is the story of the 1990 D Washington quarter and how it became a modern treasure. Let's rewind the clock and start at the beginning. The year is 1990, a time of economic change, technological advancement, and yes, a time when quarters were just quarters, or so everyone thought. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932, was designed by sculptor John Flanagan to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, and ever since it has become one of the most iconic pieces of U.S. coinage. The quarter has gone through several design updates over the years, But in 1990, it was still sporting the traditional eagle on the reverse side, a design that had been in place for decades now. Here's where things get interesting. The Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small d mark beneath the date, produced millions of Washington quarters that year, and under normal circumstances these coins are worth exactly what they say, 25 cents. But as any coin expert will tell you, it only takes a few unusual details, a rare error, or a production anomaly to transform a common coin into a collector's dream. And that's exactly what happened with one specific 1990 Washington quarter. This coin is believed to be the result of a rare minting error combined with extremely limited surviving specimens that remain in pristine condition. So, what exactly makes it special? Let's break it down. First off, this particular coin is in what collectors call mint state condition, which means it has never been circulated. It shows no signs of wear, and its features are sharply struck and well preserved. But that alone isn't enough to boost a coin to a value of over $68,000. There's more to the story. Some examples of the 1990 quarter are known to have striking errors such as double dies, weak strikes, or misaligned dies, which can significantly increase the coin's value, especially if it's authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service. In one remarkable case, a flawless example of this coin was sold at auction for $68,487 due to its perfect grade, extreme rarity, and collector demand. That's right, a quarter minted just a few decades ago turned into a high-value collector's item because of its condition and rarity. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare gems? Start by checking for the D mint mark below the year on the front side of the coin. Next, look for any signs of error in the lettering or the details of Washington's profile. Examine the eagle on the reverse and see if anything looks off-center, doubled, or incomplete. If you think you might have a rare 1990 quarter, it's worth getting it appraised and graded by a professional service such as PCGS or NGC. These services will assign the coin a grade on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, and coins that score close to 70, especially with error features, are the ones that can fetch high prices. But here's the kicker: even if your coin doesn't sell for $68,000, some 1990 quarters in excellent condition can still sell for hundreds or even thousands, depending on the demand, rarity, and grading. So it's absolutely worth taking a look at your collection. You might be sitting on a miniature fortune without even knowing it. Let's talk market trends. As of now, in 2025, the coin collecting community continues to show strong interest in error coins and rare mint state. Examples of everyday denominations like the Washington quarter, online auctions, private sales, and coin conventions are seeing strong prices for coins that were once considered ordinary, and with rising interest from younger collectors and investors. Rare coins like the 1990 Washington quarter are finding new homes and commanding higher bids. If you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is a reminder of why coin hunting is so exciting. It's not just about the metal, it's about the history, the mystery, and sometimes the unbelievable fortune that might be hiding in plain sight. So before you spend that next quarter, take a moment to look closely. You might just be holding a piece of history worth more than you ever imagined. All right, folks, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1990 Washington quarter and its astonishing $68,000 value, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. We've got more rare coins to uncover, stories to tell, and treasures to share. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next one to discover a coin worth a fortune. Welcome back to the channel where we talk coins, cash, and collectibles. If you've got a 2020 mint mark Washington quarter dollar sitting in your pocket change, you may want to stop everything you're doing and check it out. That simple little coin could be worth way more than 25 cents. In fact, one version of this very coin has sold for an astonishing $79,469. Yes, you heard that right. I end this video. We're diving deep into the history, the value, and the reasons why this coin has collectors going crazy. Make sure you watch until the very end, because we're going to talk about what makes the valuable versions different from the average ones and how you can potentially spot a gold mine in your spare change. Let's get into it. The 2020 mint mark Washington quarter was part of the America the Beautiful series, which ran from 2010 to 2021. Each year during that series, 5 different quarters were released, each featuring a unique design on the reverse side that honors a national park or historic site from a different state or territory. The P Mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, where millions of quarters are struck every year. In 2020, the 5 designs included the National Park of American Samoa, where Farm National Historic Site, Salt River Bay National Historical Park and Ecological Preserve, Marsh Billings Rockefeller National Historical Park, and Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve. The most famous and talked about design of all these is the one featuring the fruit bat from American Samoa. This adorable and unusual coin became instantly popular among collectors, but not all of them are worth a fortune. So why is it that one of these quarters sold for almost $80,000? Let's talk rarity and condition. You see, coin values are based on a few key factors. The most important of those are rarity, demand, and condition. When it comes to the 2020 P Washington quarter, the average circulated coin is worth just its face value. But here's the thing. If your coin has a rare error, like a double die or off-center strike, or if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, you could be holding something much more valuable. Now, what makes that $79,000 quarter so special? It wasn't just any 2020 P quarter. That coin was certified by a top grading company as being in mint state condition, meaning it was never used in circulation and had absolutely no wear. The surfaces were flawless. The luster was original and full. And most importantly, it had a very rare die variety that made it stand out. The coin had a double die obverse, where the letters and numbers on the front of the coin appear slightly doubled due to a rare error in the die used to strike it. These types of errors are extremely rare and highly sought after by collectors. When combined with a perfect grade, they can send the value of a coin skyrocketing. Let's talk about what to look for. Take your 2020 P quarter and look closely at the lettering. Focus on the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." If you see a shadow or doubling of the letters, you might be looking at a double die error. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop to get a better look. If you suspect you have something special, do not clean the coin. Cleaning can reduce its value. Instead, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to get it authenticated and graded. Now let's talk about the market. As of right now, some high-grade 2020 P quarters without any rare errors are selling for between $20 and $50 if they're in mint state 67 or higher. That's already a big jump from 25 cents. But if you find one with an error or in a flawless condition, the value can soar into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And of course, as we've said, that legendary $79,000 sale proves that the sky's the limit when the right coin meets the right buyer. It's important to note that these high-value coins are the exception, not the rule. But they're out there. And every year, new coins are discovered that surprise collectors with their value. That's why it's always worth checking your change and staying informed. Now here's something most people don't know. There are reports of people finding valuable coins not just in their pockets, but in bank rolls. Some collectors go to the bank and ask for rolls of quarters just to search through them. It's called coin roll hunting, and it's become a popular hobby for people who want to find treasure without spending a lot of money. If you're interested in giving it a try, start with a box of quarters from your local bank. That's $500 worth of quarters. Go through each one, look for 2020 P Mint marks, and then check for errors or high-grade condition. To wrap things up, the 2020 P Washington quarter dollar is a coin that's worth paying attention to. While most are just regular change, a few rare ones can be worth serious money. The top-known sale of this coin reached $79,469 thanks to a combination of rarity, condition, and demand. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a total beginner, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you might stumble upon a modern coin that could change your life. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video on valuable coins you might already own. Leave a comment down below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're planning to check your change after watching this. Thanks for watching and happy hunting!